Okay. All right. So just to start off, let's do like 4 or 5 minutes and go follow new people on Facebook and Instagram. Okay, go talk on your stories about a boot camp or that they can join. Um, I might talk about the new program launching. I might say people are starting that today, early access VIPs, like talk about anything, but be specific about that they can join you. Okay, go ahead and go react to I like to go through now and react to some people's stories, just like hit the react button or send them a comment. Um, so kind of focus on stories and just like engaging with people. In a yeah, go do that first. All right, go comment on pictures. So just either you can go to accounts that you love, like um, spin class accounts. I don't know if that's your thing. And go comment on people and engage with them. But go switch now to like pictures and feeds, but like maybe 4 minutes. Oops, that went a little long. Now, since you have already made a story, go back and click on who viewed it and send them send like the first few people a comment like, whoa, you're up early, or like something that you would say in real life, not about coaching, not about joining you, but just like, hey, I always just say like, whoa, you're up early too. So whatever feels good, but that's just another way to start a conversation with someone. I keep missing all the people in the waiting room. Sorry, guys. Okay, now I like to go and do a story that's like a boomerang or like a still, since you did a talking one. So that could be anything. I'm gonna post what I'm listening to on Audible for mine. So I'm sharing like what my personal development is. You could share if you have a picture of a meal. You could share a picture of this that Brittany's boomeranging us. You could do some type of value. You could do a slide with words saying that you have a boot camp, so you could reiterate what you talked about. So now it's in like a word form. If you're like me, I listen to stories during nap time, so I leave the volume off. So I would never listen to what you said. I would click through. So I would be the one that would read it. Okay, go ahead. All right, next I like to talk on my stories about coaching specifically. So I for sure talk on my stories about being able to join a boot camp. Sometimes I'll share a story, like like today I was talking about getting dressed and how like I was in a cycle of like I hated getting dressed in the morning because I had all this baby weight to lose, blah blah blah. So sometimes tell a story about like what you used to feel like and what's different now because of this. So and then I like to talk about coaching, and I could do the same thing. Like I woke up in the morning super exhausted. I'd wait, I'd put the TV on. Now I actually get up and I go work with a bunch of people online at 5:45, which seems crazy. I didn't think I could get up this early, but now this like fills my cup and charges me up. So, anyways, try to when you talk about it, it's I like to tell a story. It feels better to talk about it like that, and people can see themselves. All right, if you're done with that, then I would go and follow more people. Again, we already did this in the beginning, but I would go click follow on more people on Instagram and Facebook just to continue to build that following. All right, let's keep moving. Honestly, though, I would do that action like all as often as I could all day long on days that I can, because like we've talked about a lot. I know with our team, Brittany and I have talked a lot. Like, how do we continue to grow our following? How do we continue to keep getting more eyes on our content and having more people to engage with? That's how I do it. There might be better ways out there. I haven't found them in 2 years. And so while this is slow and steady, that's how I do it. When I lay down, if I'm trying to rock the babies, I can do that action, follow with one hand while I've got the baby. So it's just something if I find a minute or two, I'll go follow a group of people, probably to the point where Instagram thinks about blocking me. And I have been blocked actually. So go and put on your story like a shout out. And this can be anything. And where I get this list of activities is the Success Club tracker, you guys. So go shout somebody out, whether it's like you reshare somebody's quote you liked, or you had someone shared transformation photos. Maybe you reshare that and say, holy cow, look at Brittany. So if you don't have people that are like your customers or your coaches, go shout us out. You can use all of our results to do that too. So don't overthink your shout outs. They can be super quick. Put them on your stories, send someone a personal message, but shout outs are huge. They make people feel important. I don't know anyone that doesn't like a shout out. So take like 2 minutes to get one of those up. All right, then I would go make a post, like an actual Facebook or Instagram post, or both, better yet. And again, share what you're doing. We just did a team call last week, was it, Brittany? That gave we set up a lot of ideas for like, well, what do I say? So if you struggle with what do I say in a post, go look at last week's team call link that we posted in both of the team pages, because we talked a lot about that. But you can just share like what you're doing, that you have a boot camp, that there's a new program starting. You can share a story of how you used to feel and how you feel now, your transformation inside, outside, financially, whatever. But go make a post, and then we'll kind of wrap this up. So if you want to go, you could go at this point. Well, you have free will to go at any point. But I would then make a post and story what our boot camp is doing. Like I would take screenshots or video screenshots of yesterday's things in the boot camp and share that. And then I would go back to my previous posts from the week or whenever I last invited. And now anyone who liked those, I would send invites. So those are kind of my last couple things that I would do this morning. And then I'd go work out and make sure I post those on my stories too. So make a post, share what your boot camp is doing, and then send some invites.
The biggest thing with this is like to not overthink it. Like anything that you are doing, the people from the outside like have no idea what you're doing. Like as simple as like talk about a program calendar because there's absolutely no guesswork. Talk about, maybe just you're hitting your water goal. Maybe you had chronic headaches before. Like that's something like for me, like I had chronic headaches all the time, but now just knowing how much water I actually need to drink in a day, I, have changed from that. So that could even be like a transformation, but just don't overthink these things. Like you have so much to talk about because anybody else from the outside world, one, doesn't matter how long they've been following you, they don't know everything. And they're just passing by. So it doesn't matter how many times you feel like you're repeating it, just do it. Don't overthink it.
This is so true. So many people think that you don't have anything to say. You all have improved something in your life, or you wouldn't be here wanting to share this with somebody else. And nobody else knows how to get to the point that you are. The people that are following you don't know how to get to where you are. So, yeah, like Brittany said, it might sound simple and dumb to you, like everybody knows about a water goal. They do not. They do not. So do not overthink what you share. Someone needs to hear the words that you have. And this is a good time if anyone has questions or stuff they wanted to chat or talk about too, feel free to shout them
I
out.
don't know, but did you girls talk about MBF? Like, already buy it?
Yeah, I bought mine this morning and I talked about it on my stories for sure.
You
I
did.
definitely would do that. And I called it like, it's only for VIPs right now. Like, if you want to get on that special list, like, you have to message me to do it. So, yeah,
Okay.
that's definitely awesome to utilize that. Especially, I think people forget to talk about the new things with their current customers. Make sure you let them know too, because they're not coaches. So, they're probably getting those emails kicked to them from Beachbody like I did for the first 3 years and deleting them because they look like junk mail to me.
Yeah.
But hey, post the sample link to the workout like in your groups or in your challenge groups, because it might just be the next program that someone needs. Yeah, so don't forget to talk about that in your groups too. The other thing, when you are sharing a post and you've shared this amazing transformation or story, like make sure you put at the end of it like a line saying, if you want to do this with me, like send me a message. If you want to do this with me, drop an emoji. Like give them an action so that there's a way, an easy way for them to reach out to you. And for them to know that you can help, that you have tools to help people. Because if you just share amazing stories and transformations, people are going to be like supportive, but they're never going to reach out to you. They don't know you're running a business that can actually help them. So just when you write your post, add one more line saying, if you want to do this too, tell, have them do an action. All right. Did anybody have any last thoughts or questions on the rest of what you're doing? I think I'll close this call out. No? All right. Thanks for showing up, you guys.